Do 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 da da da. Hello and good evening and welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. Yes, I know I am early. I am early by about 20 oddish minutes. I just didn't want to wait any longer, really. As you can see, I've got all my World Eaters apart from Angry Ron. Angry Ron isn't out. He's still stuck in the box because he's staying in there because it's a pain to get back out. Quick nip to go check on my portrait mode camera and then we'll get cracking, I suppose. I've just got to find my portrait mode one first. Now, luckily I should have it running through the headphones, so no feedback. No badinks either, so that should be good. I'm going to put it on silent just in case, because sometimes it does go like badink even though I'm technically there, or not there, or telling it to do something else. It does like to go badink over me. So today, with it being just generally hobby day, and I've got lots and lots of World Eaters out, as you can see. That's because I need to paint World Eaters. So to paint World Eaters, we need a brush to put on the base coat, because it's late and I should have done this already during the day, but it was raining and it was wet and it was horrible, so I haven't. Oh, that's why you can't see the taters. I was wondering why you couldn't see the taters, and that's because it's dark behind me. The big light's not on. Don't matter too much about not seeing taters. So we're alright. We can live without seeing taters. We know the Ninja Taters are there, so we can stay with the Ninja Taters. Oh, I've got a like. Oh, I've just figured out where it's come from. Never mind. He's come from Sparkles. Just in case you're like, what have you just figured out? It's like, yeah, he's just come from Sparkles. That's what I've just figured out. So I know where the lights come from. So to start with, we need to base coat all these 10 and all these 10. That's the other 20. Now, it'll work out, I've got 20 with chain swords and 10 with chain axes. So that's how I'm going to feel them. Now, one of the units of 10 doesn't have the big mega bosh chopper things. Where's the one? There it is. Because there's the one that's got the big two-handed sword if you was to use a chain sword. But that unit of chain swords back there doesn't have any because it's all converted out of other stuff. Hello, Moon. Moonzeng, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. We're starting from the very, very start of the painting method this time, which is black first and then grey and then ivory, and then we start painting the colours. Then we start painting colours. So that's what we want to do. We want to get colours on these. So first of all, I need to find where my blacks disappeared to. There it is. It was hidden underneath my wet palette. So give my black a good shake. Give all your paints a good shake. In this case, it's just standard Abaddon black, which I don't think they do Citadel anymore. They're all called Warhammer something or other, which is absolutely great. As long as they stay the same colours and they work the same, I'm happy. So we get the Abaddon black and we get a brush to get the paint out. Probably why I've got some kind of paint poisoning, because I still do that. It's a habit I've not got out of in like nearly 30 years. So yeah, I'm stuck in that habit now. So I put a bit of black on my wet palette, and that gets us then ready to base coat the World Eaters. Lots of World Eaters, isn't it fun? So we're starting with this chappy because he's the first one I picked up, and I'm going to use the paint that's on the brush first before I go to the bigger brush, which is gonna make the job a lot easier. In fairness, going through the airbrush would have made it even easier, but as I said, it is a bit late tonight. I have people upstairs and people next door, and they have children and I have children, so let's not make a load of noise. I am loud enough on my own. I don't need any help. It does work like that. It does work like that. Kushai, how you doing? I don't have any bolt action. I don't. That is one of the. Well, actually, there's quite a lot that I don't have. But bolt action is one of the ones that I don't. I have D&D. I have D&D adjacent stuff. But when it comes to war gaming miniatures, I pretty much only have 40k. Now, my relationship with the hobby has changed over the years, but my collection hasn't changed. Well, it's changed drastically, but I just haven't expanded into any other real game factions yet. So no other other games apart from D&D and 40k at the moment. But I've got to say, the way 40k is going, there is a good chance that I might start looking into other stuff, other games to play, and downsize my 40k collection in the coming years. I've got too much 40k. And the missus will quite happily attest to that. When I've got a pile of 40k that's bigger than she is, that's not necessarily a good thing. Flames of War miniatures are quite cool. Now, there are a couple of others, because I know you've got Conflict 47, which does some nice miniatures as well. And you've also got One Page Rules, which, as a game goes, there's so many miniature agnostic things. For instance, these are actually part of the Space Bears army for One Page Rules. I've just used them as proxy 8-bounds. The model that I'm using for Angron is actually a demonic orc with wings and things, so it's not exactly a Games Workshop official model. I will third party proxy, so I do have models from some other things, but usually it's proxied over into a 40k model of some description, or kit bashed. I've got a big sarcophagus bear that has been scaled up for me as well from the One Page Rules Space Bears army, and I use that as a Brutalis Dreadnought. Sorry, there's lots of cool minis out there, loads of them. I've got a few scattered around my desk, or I did. Whether or not I can find them now is a different matter, but I do definitely have some scattered around my desk, like a female 3-armed sorceress, which would be brilliant for D&D, or as a leader if you've got some kind of psychic-y, magic-y shenanigans going on, or if you just want it as a Tzeentch sorcerer, just with a pair of boobs. So it is possible. I just can't remember where I've put her. I know where I've put her. I've put her in the repair pile because the staff broke. It's the only thing with resin that I'm not as happy about as with plastic is it breaks easier. That is the only issue I have with resin over plastic. Other than that, resin's good. You get a lot of detail out of resin. Maybe one day I'll end up with a 3D printer. But knowing my luck, it'll be about a week before I'm no longer able to use anything or do anything like that. So it'll be a complete waste of money. So let's put it off until I'm definitely sure. Good evening, Roberto. How are we doing? You okay? Now, I believe you have been in before. It's been a while since you've been in, though, if I remember rightly. Or if I might not remember rightly. If I don't remember rightly, let me know. But yeah, it's been a while since you've been in, mate. Right, so that's the first one, black. Yeah, I know this would have been a lot easier with an airbrush. A lot easier with an airbrush. Do you want to? I might just... Sparkles is behind me, so she's not in bed. And if I'm quick enough, I should be alright, shouldn't I? Let's find out. First of all, let's remember where I put my airbrush. Ah, there it is. And does it require... I do not have any conflict either, which is a shame. I mean, as I said, I've got some One page rules agnostic, but no conflict 47. Although I do see. Good evening, Francois. The airbrush is a lie. The airbrush lies. It is a lie. Yes, it's not a lie. It does work. It's just a pain to set up and do everything else for. Let's go grab the extension lead. So I can plug the damn thing in. And put the airbrush down there. Pull the compressor out from down the side of me. What am I on? I'm on something. Something's caught on something else. What a surprise. Oh, it's right around my headphones. That'll be what he's caught on. Found it. He's caught on my headphones. Problem over. Panic over. We can do blood for the blood cut again. And plug that in. Ha ha! This is where Sparkles gets worried. And now we put the airbrush on. Hey up, Graham! You alright, lad? You had a good day today, or have you been stressed up to the eyeballs again because of stupid workplaces? Airbrush thinner, or flow improver, even. Flow improver. Alright, so now we want to put black in here, but because it's undiluted black, it doesn't want to come out. That really doesn't want to come out. Okay. Stress, a lot of stress. It is midweek, so that's why I was wondering whether or not you would be stressed today, or if you've had a good day. I was hoping you had a good day, but I knew it was a possibility that you didn't. I think I've just got a message, but I'm not 100% sure, so I can go check that in a second. I'm just going to pop a little bit of flow improver into this and then give it a shake in there, and hopefully that'll mean it'll come out a little bit easier. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go find out if I did actually get sent a message just then, or whether or not I'm thinking of things. Oh no, I've had loads. Wow! I've had 6. I've had 6 messages. Okay, that's what the 6 messages are all about. Fair enough. Right, now hopefully this is going to pour nicely into here. It did, it poured. You crashed this week after so much fun working this weekend at ChillCon, and then to have come back to work. Just work. What have you had to come back to? Work. You don't have to call it bullshit. We know what it is. It's work. Yeah, I've missed a few. I've missed a few there, Robert. It's 1 or 2. 19. In this case, it's 19. I've missed 19 spots. Right. Get my box back so I can power this on and test it. I want to make sure that that's actually coming through. All that fun over there. Why is there no air coming out? Why is there no air coming out? That's not good. Oh, dearie me. Silvers, good evening. Hey, mate. Sorry I haven't been on. No, don't worry. No apologies. You don't have to apologise to me for not turning up. If you're busy and you've got stuff to do, then you're busy and you've got stuff to do. That is not something that you have to apologise for. Let's turn that off again. Unless you find the other airbrush, because this one doesn't seem to want to work at this moment in time. Probably because I've not cleared the nozzle properly. I'm going to guess I've not cleaned the nozzle properly. So I'm going to look for my other airbrush, because I do have two. Now this one should work fine. So I'm going to have to put that somewhere safe. And then I'm going to pop this one in and I'm going to check that it is actually coming through. Bonnie, hello. You can have a shout out, Bonnie. Hello. Hello, Bonnie. Bonnie God. Bonnie God can have a shout out. Right, now I'm going to power that. There we go. See, now we're getting somewhere because it's working. And no Butler, thank you very much. It's only the start of my army. I've not quite reached 2,000 points yet. I do have a rough plan of how to get there. It involves another Lord Executioner that I'm going to have to kit bash. Should be fun. And then, what else do I need in this? I think I need something big. So I need either another Hellbrute or another something of equivalent size. Right, so get one of these. And then, because I've got all that on my desk, I'm going to have to, if you want to see me paint, you're going to have to look there slightly. Sorry. But that's where I'm going to be doing the painting for this. Airbrushes do make this bit a lot quicker. But as Francois has pointed out, they are a bit of a lie, because unless you're as accurate and precise and you go through it enough to make sure, you don't always end up with full coverage when you think you have. Which I think is what Francois was trying to get at, but with less words. So it's two. What's triggering? I'm losing air somehow. I'm losing air pressure, people. I'm losing air pressure. Oh, Robert, what's going on? Why have you got a loading screen? So keeping on doing. I know I'm supposed to use gloves and I'm probably supposed to use a mask. And 1,006 other things that I'm not using because health and safety and things. But you know what? I've made it this far. I think I'll make it a bit further. I don't think it's going to do that much damage, so I hope it's not. If I just hold my breath at the right moments, I should be alright, I think. I don't think that's supposed to be how you approach airbrushing. And just for people's knowledge, this isn't a tutorial. Please do not copy anything you see on screen because the guy's an idiot. And yeah, I know he's me. I know I'm the guy on screen. So I think if anyone's going to realise I'm an idiot, I think it's going to be me. So, swordy, sword, sword, sword. 3 swords. 4 swords. 4 swords. I don't know why you're buffering, Robert. I should have it on a lower enough latency. I don't have anything too busy going on in the background. So let's get these up and ready so that if not tonight then at least over the next week or two we can finish off my current World Eaters army. I found out I've missed the Lord on Juggernaut because part 1 was last week, so I'm going to have to think about another way of doing that. So this army may not get finished till next year, as in model count may not get finished next year. What I've currently got will be finished painted this year. 4. Pit them up, lads. put them in the box, and then get the ones out of the box that you'd painting, and you can just move them through easier. Not the most stable airbrush in the world, but it suffices. I am also not the most accurate airbrusher in the world, not by any stretch of the mountains. Gutted. Why are you gutted? I'm not gutted. I know you've got one, and you've got 2 copies of the magazine, Glenn, because, well, they sent you a copy of the magazine without the sprue in it. Which I think both taking the piss and hilarious at the same time. Just because of how this is supposed to be a professional company, and they can't even put a piece of plastic in the packaging right. I mean, how much of a dumbass you need to be to go just send the magazine and the base and no plastic sprue. They are really stupid. Really stupid. Although then again, if you order from Games Workshop, the official place, you've also got the chance that they're just going to send you the wrong item, something that they've not even released yet. My compressor's having a bit of a go at me at the moment. I'm not sure why. It's having what I can only describe as a hissy fit. Because it's going hiss. I think I just figured out who Robert is. I think I have. I'm not 100%. Robert will be able to put it up though, if it's the right thing. He'll know exactly the right emoji to put up to say, no, I am that person. Although then again, I could be completely wrong. As I said, Robert's you've not been in for a while, but if you are, if the reasons why I think it is, then obviously you're not going to say, because there's no reason to. I'm already aware, so that's that. Yeah. Nice and easily sorted. I don't know why this is hissing a lot at me right now, and I'm not happy about it. Although the compressor's holding up still, even though it's having a bit of a hissy fit. And just the amount of paint that I've used on this already, I would have used more than this just doing one. So, this is why airbrushes do actually come in useful. They can save you a bit of paint if you're precise enough. I was going to say good enough then, but I'm not actually good enough, so that doesn't work. But if you're precise enough and quick enough, you can do a lot more with an airbrush than you can with a brush, with less paint. Which is why I like the airbrush. Which is why I wanted an airbrush. I've just got to remember after each stream, even though it's nearly enough midnight or gone midnight, I've got to go clean the damn thing. Either that or spend a good hour on them the next day. A very good hour, I hope. I remember tonight to clean it. I don't particularly wish to be spending an hour cleaning an airbrush, especially when I've got 2. So yeah, you do the math. It's not difficult. It means I'm spending more time than I should cleaning crap that I should have already done. Da 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 da. And I definitely need to get these cleaned out for when the package from California eventually arrives. Now there's only, I believe, one person who knows what's coming in that package, so it is a bit of a surprise for you all. And it is definitely taking it out of my standard range and getting me to do something a bit different for a change. But it should still be fun. Should still be fun. Kind of like when Ali got me to do the night for Dan. Kind of in that vein, but a bit bigger. Evening, Buzzard! Howdy, mate. I know I'm on early. I'm on early. I'm already up, started and ready. When normally I'm only here at only just starting now, aren't I? Normally I'm only just starting now. Well, I said at the beginning, I was feeling a little bit. Yeah, I wanted to get going tonight for some reason. Tonight just turned into one of them nights where it's just no, get going, go, get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. And hence I started early. And I knew I had a lot of airbrushing to do. Too much bloody airbrushing, in fact. Too much airbrushing. That's nearly at first 10 done. Nearly at first 10 done. I'm actually quite surprised I managed to get the black mixture with the flow improver done right first time. I thought I was going to have to play about with the consistency a bit, but apparently not. I got it right. No, I could have just used black contrast or speed paint, and it would have already been at the right consistency. But that also would have required looking through a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes for the correct speed paint. Or contrast. I actually need contrast for this because speed paint reacts. Or reactivates, should I say. I've still got Army Painter Speed Paint 1.0, which is the one I like because it reactivates. And hello to everybody over in portrait mode, because I am still watching that as a separate little screen just to make sure. And everybody in the horizontal as well, thank you all very much for coming to see me. If you would prefer a horizontal or a portrait, both are available. If my twittering on hasn't made you run away yet, and you feel like I'm potentially earning your like, please leave one. If you want to hear me waffling on again, hit the subscribe button. I do this 3 times a week, give or take. Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that means another one is coming tomorrow night, and it is Rockstage tomorrow night. But I do need to send that off still to make sure that the second one's done. So I do have a chance to actually make it work like I want it to. So I've got a feeling it's mostly going to be the control board that I need doing. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be the control board. Because that's the one where I think I've burnt the chip on it. Right, is that all 10 of them done? That is all 10 of them done. So we have one unit of Zordy guys, Zordy Worldiers, Berserkers, them ones, yeah. Now we've got the Axie ones. axe ones. You can ask them as many questions as you want, they're just going to have the same response. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. That's going to be their answer for everything. And because they run forward and try and bash things in the head. With, let's face it, overly brutal weapons. There is no reason why a weapon should be this brutal. There's absolutely no need for it. Who thought, let's take a battle axe and put a chainsaw on it? Whoever thought that was a good idea was an absolute bloody lunatic. And no, it wasn't me. Even though I may be classified as an absolute bloody lunatic. In this case, it wasn't me. Get in that shoulder pad, will you? Thank you. Right, one big axey boy. Oh no, missed side of his head. Ah, I got my finger with that. But I got a side of his head. Now, so by the time, hopefully, I've done all these, the swordy boys are going to be done. Let's stick all them in there and get the big two-handed axey guy out. Big two-handed axey. Yeah, I got to like that, ain't you? Look at that. I mean, if you've got to make something that's already quite dangerous, over the top dangerous, you might as well make it like that, hadn't you? I mean, come on, look at the size of that thing. It's massive. It's like half the size of him. In fairness, it is supposed to cut things at his size in half, but still. You can make it small and still get the same effect. But I suppose then it wouldn't be Warhammer, would it? Because everything's just blown out of proportion in this thing. Everybody can blow up a planet, but nobody does. Except for the Imperium. The Imperium blow up lots. They have the, if we can't have it, no one can attitude. Proper spoiled little kiddies, these Imperium. Definitely got round his head and round his backpack and round his legs and round his crotch cloth. Oh no. No. He's got a cock chain this time. He had a cock chain. Somebody else will have a crotch cloth. He's got a crotch cloth. Right. That's really doing my head in next to me. I'm glad I've got an hat on. Spray him. Spray him with the black stuff. Make him black as midnight. Getting ready for the blood and the blast and the chaos and the carnage, 'cause he's gonna blast your ass with his chain axe and his bolt pistol. Sorry, started singing, didn't mean to, well, it just happened, it came out. Sorry. Oh, he's got a plasma pistol. Sorry, he's not gonna shoot you with a bolt pistol. He's gonna blow you up with a plasma pistol, and he's gonna overcharge and burn his arms. That will push him out, but he'll think he's right, because he's got blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. He's gonna fight on and on, even if he's on his own. Please don't ask where these come from. I don't know. And I don't mean the models, I mean the things that come out of my head and my mouth. Sometimes they just happen. And when they just happen, then, yeah. Weird things. I'm hoping you can all hear me over this bloody air as well. I know I'm probably going to have to talk a little bit further up there, but it's limiting me. He won't let me go over -28. He's cutting me out, he won't let me quit. Now, I know that's technically a good thing, but when this is just as loud as me, well, it's clipping off at this, and then I've got to try and make sure I can get clearly spoken over it, which doesn't always bloody work. And why aren't you going off? Why are you blowing off? Right, we'll leave you like that for now then, while that grips, and we'll come back and give it a second coat in a second. Little shop the heart. Whoa! See, it's not sticking. It's just about sticking there, but not properly. He's leaving it wet looking, but that's about it. Must be something on the actual plastic that I've not washed off. This is why you're supposed to wash your plastic before you start painting it. Sounds odd, I know. You think, you just got this brand new plastic, why have I got to wash it? Because they don't bother, and they just leave all the release agent on it. And expect you to do the washing. Even though all they have to do is literally put it through a big soapy vat, let it air out, box it up, done. You would think it was quite an easy thing for a multi-million-pound company to do, seeing as homemade and home-run garage companies managed to do it. But apparently not. That's a bit too much for them to wash things. This one's got a ball pistol though. This one can open up new things. This one can make new holes. And I've not done the front of his face yet, as I've just found out, because the tops of his, yeah, them. Now, I know there's a unit without the proper corn helmets, which isn't the best, but I had to do with what I had to do to make do with what I had at the time, so we'll go with that. And at the time I didn't have enough corn helmets. I still don't have enough corn helmets to actually finish off the full unit. And now that I've painted 10 of them, I really can't be bothered trying to replace the heads and repaint them. Because that requires stripping models back down again, which I only want to do if I have to. Because I've made a mistake or something. That's why you strip models down. If you don't make a mistake, you don't strip the model down. Or if you're completely changing the colour scheme, and let's face it, I've got World Eaters. I'm not going to be changing the colour scheme from red because that's their colour scheme. And I doubt I'll be picking up any other form of chaos. I did have Death Guard, don't hit anymore, so I'm not going to restart them. Otherwise, I might as well just stayed all of what I had. But I've always liked corn. Not that type of corn. I mean, the Muttley sounding corn I like. That one. You know. Him. Jonathan Davies. That's the one. That corn. I like that corn. I like this corn. But there's other forms of corn that some people might think about and stop thinking about it. That's just wrong. And if you can't figure out what I'm talking about, then good. Because that means you're not a dirty-minded little person. And if you're sat there going, lads, you put that idea in my head, you're just as filthy-minded as I am. Just so you know. I don't like people playing angel when they're just as corrupt as me. Except for Sparkles, but I'm slowly corrupting her. Exactly, as I said, I'm slowly corrupting you. Yeah, but it's how you can sometimes get the vegetable. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't wish to explain it on the internet because, well, it's bloody disgusting. Let's just say, spend enough time on the internet, you'll find the answer. It's usually only 5 clicks away. It is that bad. 3 left. 3 left to undercoat. Him. So 3 left to base coat, and then we can get cracking on with some dry brushing. And then some actual painting. I mean, in fairness, I could probably, if I wash this out, I could probably airbrush the red as well. Just do the entire thing and then just paint the brass bits. But there is something about painting with a brush that's slightly more satisfying than squirting it on with a gun. Yes, I said squirting it on with a gun. Because that's all we're doing when we use an airbrush. We're just squirting it on. Because a brush would take too long. See, it filled it up once. Once was all I did. And it's still going. It's still going. I would have used up all this just doing the first 10 at least if I was using a brush. See, I normally wouldn't be doing this with this jumper on either because I do like this jumper. But it's already started to get ruined. I only got it at Christmas. So now it's not too bad. So in the space of 3 months, it's gone from one of my favourite jumpers that I will not wear to do anything because I might get ruined, to the point where now it's naffed and I can do what I want in it. In 3 months. In 3 months that took. You wouldn't think it took that long, would you? You would have thought it took a lot longer than that. Well, apparently not. I like this jumper as well. Nice and comfy it is. Can even get away with wearing a sleeveless t-shirt under it. If you wanted. one more guy left to go. Let's just check that we've got all the grey areas. Problem is, when certain areas dry, they do look a bit more grey than the actual black. Pain in the rear end, it really is. And last model, which is the leaderish, because he's got the big banner thing on him there. Now, do we need 10 more of these? I don't think I do just yet, do I? Especially not at even third-party retail prices. I don't think I need 10 more. If I can get them at, like, Hachette Partworks prices, then that's a different matter. I'll go for the 10 more then. And that'll give me 40. That'll definitely punch me way up into the 2,000 plate, 2,000 plate range. But other than that, I don't think I do. I think I should go for bigger stuff. I think a base 30 infantry is enough. RV, I'm going to stick at just this. I definitely need some more HQs to go with them. Just people to lead them. Now, I don't have a Khan the Betrayer. And I don't fancy trying to kit bash one of those either. But I do have what I'm hoping is enough stuff to make Lord Executioners. Because I have enough Chaos Armour. Or this size Chaos Armour, should I say. And I do have a few spare ones, so a bit of choppy, a bit of gluey, sticky, and I should be able to get 1 or 2, hopefully 2, more Lord Executioners, because the last one got made out of an Apostle. I think it was an Apostle. Right, let's put you back in there for a minute and turn you off, and then let's release the air. There we go. The air has been released. The airbrush is in the holder. Everything's turned off. Hunky-dee-dee-dee-dee-dory. Right. That's the extremely boring bit to go. Done. Now we've just got the slightly less boring bit to go. Only slightly less. But it does mean I should be able to move things back to get a closer view on the actual desk itself. There we go. That looks better, doesn't it, peoples? And we get a newspaper. And we get the Ive. Well, I spotted it and now it's gone missing. There it is. We get the ivory, which in this case we're using the War Paints Fanatic Spiky Bones acrylic. A damn good shake. A damn good shake, please. See, so much so that you can't even see it on the screen. That's what you got to do. Ah! Get it like that. Get it done properly. Right, now we splodge a little bit out. No, now we pay attention because it's probably bloody blocked at the end. So we get the old needle that was absolutely naffed and will never work again because it's curled at the end. But that curl at the end of the spike does actually help it clear nozzles, which is really good. I like that bit about having a spare needle that's naffed. I've got a nozzle cleaner for my brushes, for my paints even. And we put ivory on the wet palette, and then we get the dry brush out. Oh yes, we get the dry brush out. Ivory Despot. Only 2 of you are Ivory Despots, and thank you both of you. Which in this case is Alan and Graham. I believe Graham is still an Ivory Despot. I know Alan is still an Ivory Despot. But I think Graham is as well. Right, so we start back here with him. And now we want a dry brush, just as we would with the slap chop method. So from the top, we want to come down and just catch all the high edges. We don't want to catch too much, and we don't want to paint too much of it, because not everywhere is going to get hit by light. But if we take it from high noon style light and we just come through like that, we do end up being able to actually see this guy a little bit. If I can adjust the focus, there you go. We do get a better look at this guy once he's done. Patreon, Graham. Patreon. If you're a paid Patreon member, you are an Ivory Despot in the Discord. And oh crap! Even worse, that's just gone on the floor. Don't be too heavy-handed with your dry brushing, people. Otherwise, you end up losing stuff and breaking stuff off. That is not a good thing. You don't want to be doing that. Don't knock all your stuff off. Luckily, I have glue to hands, and it's only a small connection point. Yeah, so Graham, I was using you as an example of what happens if you join it and what titles you get if you join the Patreon. Although, you've not been in there that long, and you haven't had a one-to-one at all, have you? So I need to do a one-to-one with you as well, mate. I keep meaning to book these in, but I always forget because stuff turns up and stuff happens and life goes on. Life goes on. But it does. Things keep happening and I end up having to not do them. But I need to get them sorted, and I know it's only 2 this time, so that's 2 hours that I need to set aside. Well, 2.5 hours I need to set aside, because if I'm sat in here I don't get to go outside. And 2 hours is a long time without a cigarette. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna hold his shoulder on for a moment till it sets. There we go. Right, so it's him dry brushed and now drying with his arm, because his arm frigging popped off because he's an idiot. Yeah, you're an ivory desk pot, Graham. You're an ivory desk pot. My numero uno paint on my desk, and the one that gets used more than anything else. The ivory. Because it gets used for all of my dry brushing. All my slap chop prep, all my painting prep. Ivory gets used. Which makes it probably the, well actually no, it makes it the most important paint that I have on my desk. Because I can base coat in grey, I can base coat in black, I can base coat in white, I can do base coats in lots of different colours. But usually when it comes to this point, ivory just does it way better than white. And if you want that extra little crisp on it, you can always put a white on top. You don't have to though, because the ivory does the job just as well. I only have one tier on my entire Patreon, so nobody gets anything above Ivory Despot. Nobody gets anything less than Ivory Despot either, for that matter. But it does mean you get an extra colour in Discord. And it's the only room, and it's a voice chat by the way, that is behind any kind of paywall. So if you do join the Discord and you're thinking, well, what am I missing out on Patreon? You're missing out on one voice chat room, and that's it. So you don't have to worry about that. If you don't want to join Patreon, that is perfectly fine, but you do want to join the Discord, the link should be in the description down below. Oh god, I'm coming into a real YouTube. Have you seen what you've all done to me now? You've turned me into a real YouTuber. I'm doing like Patreon and Discord and likes and subscribe. I'm doing that bit, You're turning me into a YouTuber. I don't like that. You're not allowed to turn me into a YouTuber. I've got to be me. I've got to be me. And I'm rubbish at the YouTubey thing. Please don't turn me into a YouTuber. I mean, there are lots of ways you can help the channel if you want to. Most of them are listed in the description below, or listed in the channel description. If you want to have a look, feel free. If you don't, and you want to stay here listening to me, thank you. And come on in and chat, because that's what we're here for. Tonight anyway, mostly is chatting while you're doing hobby stuff, or just do hobby stuff. Let me know what you're doing if you are sat there hobbying along with me. Have a good chat about that as well. I mean, if you are collecting 40k, if you're doing D&D stuff, if you go, oh, I'm trying to build a character sheet and I don't know how to wangle this rule round for this person to do stuff, we can even try beginner's brains over that. I won't pass 300 now, aren't I? He's not gone to me head. It's just, it's took 4 years for me to catch up to the fact that I need to say that stuff in the first place. Yeah, it's just took me a while to actually catch up to, this is what you're supposed to do. So, oh, right. Oops. Maybe I should have started that a while ago. You're supporting files for a quote from, oh. See, Brillo's worse than me. Well, Brillo's worse than me because he's not saving for a wedding. But he's well worse than me. He'd have me bankrupt by now, though, if I weren't saving for a wedding. Because I'd have all sorts of stuff. And I'd probably be homeless because Sparkles would have kicked me out by now just for the sheer amount of stuff that I would have bought. But anyway, I'd have more of those to make bigger unit of 8 pounds. Full 6-man squad. I'll have most of your D&D collections by now. At least 1 unit of each. I might even go for a couple of units if I wanted to go, ooh, you want to know something? I can get away with them as, like, the Cain Nutter Woman witches and the Snake Women. Because we can make an entire army out of what you've got available there, then that's an AOS army. Way hey. We can build more. And it also gives me the Snake Women for D&D as well. They look good. I've got to say, them Snake Women do look really good. Did you have any of them left after the weekend? I'll be very surprised if you did have some of the D&D stuff left. Just with the nature of where you were, you're at ChillCon, there's going to be lots of D&D players there, and you had lots and lots of nice little miniatures. Not that you have to tell me, because that is entirely your business. I would just be surprised. Obviously, your sales and profits margins and stuff like that is all your bloody business, not ours. That's how that works. Alright. We're halfway through this already, guys. Well, actually, we're over halfway through if we count the original unit. But we're halfway through slap chopping these fellas. Just the halfway through. Have I got a moment? And see, even though he's not going dink and doosh and blah 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 on me, he's still making me aware that it's there, isn't it? It's definitely making sure I know it's there. Well, do you want to know what you can do while I'm doing this? And so many people are not expecting, but so many people are here kind enough to have my attention. then I'm going to give all you my attention rather than the things that are going beep at the moment. Because I don't actually know what's gone beep. I just know something's gone beep. Oh no, no dice. No dice, that's not good. Thought a couple of dice might have gone. Did the cats go well? Did your cat ball go well? Quid a cat, pick you one you want. Well, I thought that would have done really well. Especially once people realised it was cats. And not like cartoony cats, it's real cats. They can pet you like their kitty cat at home. And if they've not all gone, then I'm keeping it secret from Sparkles because I don't want a surprise delivery of however many cats you've got left. Yeah, she's even giving me a grin. I could feel the grin. That's why I looked. I could feel that grin as if say, he's got cats left. He's got cats. Yeah, the cat sold well. Yeah. But Young'un got all the money for it. Young'un got all the money from the cats. Fair enough. But the cat sold well. Sorry, Sparkles. The cat sold well. Which means you're not getting a message from Graham. I'm kind of relieved because I know eventually they're gonna end up on my desk. I know that eventually. And if you are ordering from Rogues Den Hobbies, which is the printing service that Graham does run, as well as models on there that you can buy. Don't forget the 10% discount code of LAZ10. Capital letters for LAZ and then 10 at the end. 10% discount. Can't go wrong with a discount. Any discounts are good. Means you can buy more and still spend the same. That's the way I see them. It's not I get to save money, it's I get to buy more and still spend the same. Or I get to get something because it works out at just enough money that you've got to spend on something. So if you're going, oh, I really want that, but I've only got 20 quid to spend, stick the 10% discount on and that should bring it below the 20 quid if it's that close. And then it should cover the postage and packaging as well, see? Just knock a little bit of money off the actual thing and that covers something else. Always works. Oh, just a jar full of them. Just a jar full. I mean, you took a huge bloody fishbowl full of them. Absolutely loads of the damn things. Enough to sort out any crazy cat people's idea of enough. And still have some spare for the next crazy cat person. And yes, Sparkles is one of those crazy cat people. First model she ever asked me to paint 12 bloody minuscule cats, which are on a playlist if you want to go have a look. They are the Cats and Catacombs set. So how is everyone doing over in portrait mode? Nobody seems to be chatting over there much this evening. Hope you're all okay. And I just realised I've only got top chat on, so there could be people chatting away to me on here, and I'm not seeing it. No, there we go. No, he's still Graham. Graham. See, I put a big glob of grey out and I've not used it. Because I'm clever. Apparently. Twisted, good. It's good afternoon. Good afternoon, mate. Just double checking the times, the time differences. Just double checking. I have to make sure I get them right. If I know it, I can at least do it. If I don't know where you're from, or I don't know the time difference, then it makes it a little bit more difficult. But if I do know the time difference of roughly where you're from, I can adjust. It's good like that. So, Twisted, will you be ordering the rest of Graham's cats from him? Now that he's not sold them all. Is it going to be a race between you and Sparkles to see who gets the rest of the cats? I think you're going to win that one because we're saving. I have been missing a name tonight. Oh, she's okay. Although I think I did overlap a little bit with somebody else. With a couple of people actually. By going early. So there's a possibility that some people may not turn up because of other streamers that are on at the moment. Who they are, more familiar with. And let's just face it, they have a larger chat room to be talking away in than mine. Gabagoo! Little mind trick for me. It probably is, unless you're a canine. In that case, it's probably really, really easy. I get tongue-tied over general words anyway, so it's not that difficult. And Twisted, you're going to be painting your stock. Your stock? Stock as in the thing on the back of a gun, or stock as in things you are preparing to sell? Or stock as in something you're going to put somebody in? What kind of stock are you painting? I'm curious now because you was painting stuff that I wouldn't classify it as a stock. So you were doing the Dreadnought last, and this is base, and you was doing the Eldar in fluorescence, the Spirit Seer, I believe it was. That one was getting done in fluorescence, and you had the Dreadnought. Oh, you're just the horde of mini shafts. Similar to what I'm doing then tonight then. Just getting a big bunch of them out and going, right, what stage do I want to get done first? Let's get that done. So at least there's some paint on the models and we're not just sat there looking at piles of grey. We don't like looking at piles of grey. I like playing with piles of grey even less. Even less. I don't like playing with piles of grey. I have done it. It makes it really confusing, especially when a plasma gun looks very similar to a bolt gun when it's just grey. So once you've painted one with the plasma energy and then one red with the casing, they look considerably different. But until you do that, there's not that much difference between them from about 4 foot away. A bunch of it is, oh, somebody else, some clients Templar. Ooh, so that means I'm going with the Dreadnought then, because that's the Templar Dreadnought. If anyone's not seen it, please go check out Twisted Nurse Painting. He does some excellent stuff, including what I classify as probably the best bases on YouTube. And he's probably going to complain that I've said that, but, well, he doesn't get to tell me what my opinion is. And he knows that I didn't mean that in an angry way. It's just that it's the same for both of us. I don't get to tell him what his opinion is. He doesn't get to tell me what my opinion is. And then we get to share opinions and go, ooh, I didn't think about it like that. So it's a nice thing. It just never comes out of my mouth that way for some reason. I don't know why. Nothing can ever come out of my mouth in a way that people can actually take in a non-offensive manner. It always comes out in like, did he just call me a? So no, I mean I could have technically in the way I said it, but I didn't mean it that way. Which I do have a problem with a lot of the time. 9 left to go. Anyway, right, let's go. So I'm going. going, he's going, going, going. Yes. I'm getting dodgy looks. I think it's showing more than usual tonight. Ozzy Wellsies. Awesome Wellsies. Awesome Wellsies make things go boom. He make things go not nice. Awesome Wells nutter. Also writer. Did you know that? I think you did. Oh well. Something's going on and I don't know what. Some up here, something's not. Yeah. I mean, we already know this, but tonight it seems to be going a little bit. I want to go out to play, which isn't a good thing. It's not a good thing. He wants to come out and play. I don't want it to come out and play. It can go back in its little corner of my head and sit there and shut up is what it can do. You're not supposed to let it out. If you let it out too much, then it thinks it can come out whenever the monkey wants. And it can't. There's certain times that you've got to behave yourself, and you've got to know you've got to behave yourself. So you can't let little things out of your head. Right, I don't know what Bafk means, but I'm assuming it means after the weekend. Yeah, essentially the space swabs that I suggested were the rank and file, essentially. Not just going for the big shiny model, not going for the, the stupidly. Yours are stupidly expensive, but some models are more expensive than others because of what they are, how much plastic, how much resin, etc., etc., etc. They do have a price variance, but rank and file seems to be the best way to go. That way you get a good feel of what the overall aesthetic is, and you can play about with it a little bit within that. So although you've got an overall theme and colour direction, so I'm guessing yellow if you're going off what the pictures are, but then you've got your blues and your skin tones, and you can have different hair colours, and you can add your variances through having a unit because you've got more than one model. So you can show things that you wouldn't be able to show on one model because you've got multiples to do it on. And that's where my thought process went on it anyway. Not quite sure if it's a right thought process. If you agree with it, that's fine. If you don't agree with it, that is also fine. But that's how I came to that decision. Right. More ivory. More ivory. Let's get quite 8 to dry brush, and I've only been going for an hour and 20 minutes. And I've managed to undercoat and dry brush just over half of them. This is why sometimes it takes a little bit longer to do stuff. So I may only actually get one model painted tonight, up to actual standard. Up to the standards I would like, because, well, this takes time. I'm not going to lie, this does take time. Apart from playing, it is probably the most time consuming part of the hobby. Let's be honest, playing takes forever. Even if you know what you're doing, playing takes ages. You ever tried to move like 80 to 100 orcs across the table in a single movement phase in less than 10 minutes? It doesn't work. And then, because orcs are so bloody cheap, by the time you've moved all them orcs, which is great because that's the bulk of your troops, then you've got all your killer cans and anything, your squig hog riders and anything else that's on there that also needs to be shifted across the table, and that's just a movement phase. And it works the same with things like Tyranids if you're going for a horde. So you're going for pure swarm, loads of gaunts. They're going to take ages to run through the shooting phases and the movement phases. And if you're really unfortunate to meet up with somebody who's decided to bring in 30 Space Marines with lieutenants, and then 30 intercessors, sorry, with lieutenants, or even 60 intercessors, because you can field that many, then that's another 120 shots that have lethal hits and all sorts of stupid special rules going on around them. A movement and shooting phase can take a while in Warhammer. It can take a bloody long while. Why is that so dull? I don't understand why that's so dull. Let's try. That's better. I can see. I mean, I've just knocked that off, which I didn't want to do. But I can see now. I can see Deirdre now. The rain has gone. She can suck a watermelon through a hose pipe. She doesn't charge me when she does these things. It's gonna be a nice Sunday night. I know those aren't the lyrics. And no, neither one of those names are Sparkles. Although, again, I'm getting dodgy looks from Sparkles, who is sat right behind me listening to me sing these things. So yes, she has just heard me talking about somebody sucking a watermelon through a hose pipe. Shouldn't bring those things up in front of your soon-to-be wife, should you? Yeah, I'm beginning to think that might have been a bit of a bad idea. It's a good job she knows I'm crazy, isn't it? If she didn't, she might be worried. Seven left to go. See what happens. You'll skint yourself. So what's that? Especially I've got a big print job coming up. If I can bake some of your postage. Oh! Oh! DM me, Graham. DM me. We can get something sorted. That's something that needs to be done. Especially with more recent events. Yeah, the two need to go over. You know it, I know it. Let's get some aside. In fact, that might be the first transfer to help that done. That's yeah. I think I've just made that decision. Don't know. I'm gonna have to set it up so it can be done, but yeah, I'll set that up. Get it so that's withdrawable. Because people do it for me, so it would only be nice for me to do it to other people as well. I mean, I've got a few projects myself hopefully coming over. As I said, I've got something coming over from California. Don't know when, because it's needing a reprint to get the actual to get it up to the standard that they're happy with to send it over to me, because I've already told them that I know about how to clean up FDM prints. So then I believe they're now making sure that I don't have to clean up an FDM print. It's because they don't want me to take a blowtorch to the damn thing. But you have to with FDMs just to smooth out that little rough. Oh, put a kettle on. Oh, T2 please, T2 please. If you're having kettle, make foot rest. You know, bring in a foot class. This ivory's running out. I'm gonna need more ivory. That means I've got to go. Well, I need to go to Element Games anyway because I'm supposed to be playing Northern. I've just not set up the game yet because I can't remember which armies I'm supposed to be making them for. I know I'm providing both armies, I know that much. But I'm not quite sure, I can't remember which two armies I'm supposed to be building them out of. Oh, it's green tea. No, you can keep your green tea. Yorkshire tea is what you want. Well, Ringtons, if you can get it. Just made a cup of that. Don't even start with Ringtons. Ringtons is good tea. Told you, Ringtons is my staple. Yorkshire's my backup. I ain't buying Typhoo, and I'm not buying Tetley. I'm not buying PG Tips either. They're all crap. Yeah, but I want Ringtons. Ringtons is good. And then if I can't get Ringtons, because Ringtons come to my door, we'll leave it in for a minute or two. Just leave it in for a minute longer. It means you're taking it out too long. Or give it an extra good squeeze. It's not. It's just Ringtons is for the tea, for the people who know how to drink it and not the ones that just go. I can only pour water in, put milk in, and put sugar in, and give it a stir and take it out. And if it don't work after that, it's wrong. Ringtons, you've got to brew your tea. You've actually got to treat it like real tea. Get that shite scum on top. No, see, Ringtons is good tea. You've just got to let it brew. You've got to let it brew. Because I know when I don't let it brew, it comes out and people think I've just got hot milk. That's because I've not let it brew like I'm supposed to. When I do let it brew, oh my god, that my big cup, I will just down it. I will just down my big cup. When I do it right. See, I don't down it when I do it with Yorkshire. Even if I do it right, I don't down my brew. But to get a proper bricky tea, you've got to have 2 tea bags and you've got to leave it to stew. Not just brew, you've got to leave it to stew. Which is a whole different flavour, and that's loads of tannin in that, loads of tannin. And it's a different type of brew. It's a different type of cup of tea, that then, if you're turning it into good old brickies. And just for reference, we're talking about bricklayers, not the guy who everybody seems to react off doing the faction things for these. A Yorkshire tea bag supposed to make 2 cups? No. No. 1 tea bag, 1 cup of tea. Even if it is Yorkshire. You can't make 2 cups of tea out of a single tea bag. That's just wrong. That's wrong. The only time you do that is when you really skin. And that's because you don't want to go out and buy the 49p pack of 80s. No, if you want a brickies tea, regardless if you want it's 2 tea bags, whether it's Yorkshire or Ringtons or any other kind, you stick 2 tea bags in so the damn thing turns terracotta. Brickies drink terracotta tea. No way does it make 2 cups. No. That's bullshit. I've made a cup of tea out of Yorkshire. You don't get 2 cups of tea out of a Yorkshire tea bag. Even if you like weak tea, you don't get 2 cups of tea out of a Yorkshire tea bag. You get 1 good cuppa, and then you'll end up with a bit of warm milk. afterwards. So, no, you don't get 2 cups out of a bloody tea bag. That's just wrong, that is. That is really just wrong. Ugh. It's watery. Watery and not right. That's what that is. Although now I really want a cup of tea. I've not got a cup of tea.
All the talk of tea is making me get up.
I'm getting a cup of tea soon. All this talk of tea means Sparkles is getting up to make me a brew. Thank you. Should make me my own if I weren't for the fact that I was on here painting and talking. I'd have to go make my own. But I'm on here painting and talking, so she's gonna go make me one. Yay. Oh, you want to chew when you drink it. Matt, fair enough. I want to drink. I want the water content. I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat a cup of tea. If I've got to chew it, it's not a drink. Consistency of molasses. That's not a drink, that, Graham. That's a non-sweet dessert. Tea you can chew. Ah. Ah. Gotta be a solid like. Ugh. It's gotta be one of that. No, you see, that's not a good cup of tea. That's an hangover cure. That's what you make the morning after when you've got a really bad hangover. It's like, no, I need something to kickstart my body into being alive again. That's when you make tea that you can stand a spoon in. Or coffee if you're a coffee drinker. So half strong green tea, sweetened with honey, mixed half and half with lemonade and then iced. You still put green tea in it. No, you put green tea in it. No, thank you. I really don't like green tea. So many people have told me, oh, but this one's different and you're going to have to try it. And I try it and it still tastes like somebody's just give me grass water. And that's what I call green tea. It's grass water. It's not even leaf water. It's not even leaf juice like a proper cup of tea. It's grass water. See, proper tea is leaf juice. Green tea's just wrong. And some people go, but it's the real tea, it's the old tea, and I don't care. I don't like reality as it is. Ah, right, okay, so you've done it. That type of green tea is different. That type of green tea, you just need to break it down with something that's oil based, and then you can mix it in. Oil or fat based, and then you can mix it round to whatever drink you want. So in this case, you break it down in the honey, I'm guessing, and because you're not adding milk or butter, so you're not going to mix it in with that lot. He's helping me get a brew though. In fairness, all this tea talk is not helping you write law. No, but it's helping me get a cup of tea. I'm not going to complain if I get a cup of tea. And I also need to speak to you about other things, in a few months, Graham. I've just remembered that. Just regarding timings, because I will be booking in at the same hotel as you. And Mr. Paints, or Mr. Walker, whichever one you want to call him. I'm going to call him Mr. Walker for regards to this, because it's nothing to do with his channel specifically. If it was all his channel, then yes, I would call him Mr. Paints. I'm staying in the same place you are. So that means I've got to go check in before the wedding starts. So I mean, I'll be over there about whenever the earliest is I can check in, because we've had to go for early check-ins. I've had to put Dave in for early check-in as well. And I've got early check-in because we're staying at the same hotel. But we've got a 2-night stay rather than a 1 night. So I'll be booking in. I might even see you there as you do it. Yeah, so we've got an early check-in because obviously I can't go and check in once the wedding started, can I? So we've got an early check-in. And we're all at the same place. Doesn't necessarily mean we're all sharing taxis and stuff, because go on, give us a chance. It is that day where I don't think we'll be sharing taxis. Might be even be leaving before or after you. We don't know. We're not sure. But I just know we're going back to the same place. So I'll probably see you there during the day, actually. I'm going to rush over there in the morning. Booking. Take all the stuff that we need there for the night. Rush all the way bloody back. And then get ready to get there early. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun day. I'm going to be running around like headless bloody chicken all day. Right up until the point they go, right, stand there and don't move. Right, got that bit. I get to run around until they tell me not to move. And then I get to spend all night talking to everybody except for the person I've just bloody married. Because apparently that's the way weddings work. Thank you. I got a cup of tea. And Graham's not going to like the look of that cup of tea, but I do. Oh, so you'll be driving that for no worries. That's fine. Venue's really easy to find. From where you are, you kind of just drive into the town centre and drive out the other side a tiny little bit, and it's there. But I'll bring up maps and stuff and show you where parking is available. The closest form of parking as well, because obviously we wouldn't use walking too far. Right, all base coated. See, told you, that's not tea. Graham likes his terracotta. He prefers to be able to feel it on the back of his teeth as he's going through. Not quite how I would like it. I prefer mine not quite the same way. Although I'll still drink it a bit stronger than that. Right, I'm going to put the Saudi guys away because I want to paint an Axie guy. I've got no Axie guys painted apart from the leader. Not the leader, the Lord Executioner. That one. Got him painted up so far, but that's it. Yeah, essentially that's how Graham likes his cup of tea. If it doesn't strip the enamel off your teeth and repaint it all tanned, then it ain't right, is it, Graham? It's just not right then. Where on earth is my corn blood? There's a word you can use, but you can't use it because YouTube will ban you. YouTube won't ban you just for one word, unless someone reports you for it. Then that's a different matter. But I don't intend to report you for it. I'm too busy getting corn red. and then trying to remember how I'm going to actually paint these. But now I'm painting, I get to move this down further out again. Yay! And then move this over. And then turn the brightness up as high as it'll bloody well go. There we go. Okay, let's get ourselves underneath the desk and let's get in a better position. Shaking it up! Come on, lads. Come on, ladies. Come on, lasses. We've all got it doing because Graham drinks molasses. Oh, wait a minute. If you're not drinking... Oh, you... Yeah, you. I might have to let them know. There might be another brew drinker out there. See, we've not ordered the tea and coffee cart because we figured everybody else apart from me would be drinking to some degree. So I'm the only one. Aww, I'm sorry, mate. Have I knocked you completely out of your kilter now? And you're just like, well, I don't even know what the fuck to do anymore. I had this great idea in me head and now I can't even think about it. Have I done that to you? I'm sorry, mate. I didn't mean to. Come on, get your mojo back. You know what you was thinking about. Go to the last thing. Carry on from there. Is it an expansion thing? Is it a ritual thing? How's it happening? Eh? How's everything going to shit? Essentially. That's what you need to find out. Everything's going to shit, you're just not sure how. They figured it out for Warhammer 40k. I don't have control over the actual tea that's going to be available at the venue. So I'll be on coffee. I'll be going to the kitchen asking for coffees. Because, well, I'm the groom, and they said I'm allowed to. I've just got a feeling I'll be drinking coffees quicker than I realise at the moment, because I might be ordering 2 at a time. Which they better not whinge at, because we're making a bloody killing on the bar, because my family's going, and boy do they drink. In fact, they'll be happy when not as many people will be drinking at the bar, because I think they won't run out of booze as quick. That's actually way too big a brush. Yeah, there you go. Get ChatGPT to reprogram shit for you. Whoop. That brush has just gone walkies. You can go back in there, please. And I want this one. I want a thinner one. I've painted the Stormbolter housing black and red, and now I'm getting steel barrels and red dot scopes. Ooh, red dots. Red dot sights. Yeah. Half the wires and tubes labelled up into the sarcophagus. Only half of them. Yeah, they have too many wires and tubes on a lot of those things. Far too many wires and tubes and unnecessary bits, I'm going to call them. Just unnecessary pieces. Now, if this is dropping out of focus, please let me know. So I can at least try to... You can only share the core section of the work. Wait a minute. Are you interested in lore I've written? Well, if he's willing to help, obviously, manoeuvring it into another one, which I don't think Twisted will manoeuvre it into another game or steal it, in fairness. I think you're quite safe there, Graham. And well, I ain't gonna do that because I don't even like editing, so making a game or doing any kind of law thing is like, no. Well, not no, but please don't ask me to remember what I've just said. Although you may decide to make that canon, I won't remember. It just sounded good for that 10 seconds it went through my head. And I'm saying 10 seconds because that's what it feels like. But then again, my timing is way out. Because what can feel like 20 minutes might be an hour. What feels like an hour might have only been 10 minutes. So, yeah, I'm probably not the best person regarding that either. I mean, it doesn't feel like I've been here that long. But when I look at the little counter thing up there, it says I've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. It's like, no way have I been here that long. I only started at, and then I realised I didn't start at 9:30, did I? I started at 9. Ish. I think just after 9. How's everyone cracking on over in portrait mode? Your project's coming along? Roberto, are you okay? How about you, Noah? Twisted's coming along very nicely. No worries. Well, it's a good idea. Get so much done. Put it out to a focus group, so to speak. Obviously a select focus group, but you put it out to a focus group. Get the feedback. Then use that feedback to change, edit, improve, and go on from there. I have put lots of little blobs on that bit just to make sure that it's gone into the recesses, and then I can paint over the high areas afterwards with the brass. See, you can always go over, you can't necessarily correct. The problem with the wild aesthetic is that it's heavily inspired by Mad God. Right, okay. So, ultra horror, ultra violent. Excellent. So somebody's getting liquidated from toes upwards using blunt, very, very blunt cricket bats. Or large slabs of hard wood that will eventually turn someone into a liquid after it's pounded them enough. That type of crap. Going for extreme violence as opposed to Lovecraftian dystopian weirdness. That sounds fun. But now you're going to have a wood liquefier. A wooden liquefier. Ancient tech. But still turn sentient beings into mush and paste. By repeatedly slapping them from the feet up. And it doesn't move up until the feet are paste. Then the legs are paste. Then your hips are paste, and then your torso. All the while pumping so many different chemicals into your body that you're still conscious while this is happening. And then the hip bone's connected to the backbone, and the backbone's connected to the rib bone, and the rib bone's connected to the shoulder bone, and that's how we make human sauce. Was I a bit too happy with that? Maybe I shouldn't have sang that happily. You're not supposed to be cheerful and joyous about making human sauce, are you? If I get a knock on my door now, I know it's one of you that have all called the nutters on me. Alright. I'm not that daft. I know if the knock comes now, it's definitely one of yous. And I can narrow it down to probably two people. And that being Buzzard and Graham, because they're the only ones with my address. Well, only current ones I know that are in here with my address anyway. I mean, other people may be in here. They've just not spoken, so I don't know if they are, and if they are, then a couple of other people do have my address. But I don't believe they're here today. And if you are being very quiet. Please speak up. Because obviously got Mr. Edibles, EB, Dorito, I don't think Ali does. I'm not 100% certain, because I honestly don't know if Ali and Sparkles speak off. Twisted, you know my address. Yeah, because you obviously know my address, because I sent that thing to you and I had to have a return address on it, didn't it? Oh yeah, you know my address as well. See, I forget who knows my address sometimes. Especially when it's stuff like return addresses. Because I forget about that quite a lot. So if I've sent you something that required a return address, and you've got my address as well. So EB's definitely got my address. Yeah, you'll get it sorted eventually though, Graham, as you work through bits. As you said, you're sorting out, so that bit goes in that section, that bit goes in that section, so that bit's ancient law, that bit's current law, that bit's to go with that thing, and that bit's to go with that thing, and it'll all sort out eventually. You've just got to make sure you stay on top of where everything's going and what it's relevant to. So just for an example, you don't go sticking all the Orc lore in the Space Marine Codex. And then go stick all the Space Marine lore in the Eldar Codex. And then all the Chaos lore in the Orc Codex and the Tyranid lore in the Tau Codex. You get what I mean? You keep it concise, keep it together. And it'll soon sort itself out and you'll know where to work from and what you need to work to as well. Helped someone try to make a world once. It was annoying because they didn't listen. And then they wondered why the very things I told them to do wasn't happening because they didn't do them. Again, clever peoples. Clever peoples. Right, I'm going to need the thingies on because it's getting small and hard to see. So, menu spectacles, which means I can't read the chat anymore, sorry. But I can see him better. So, can't see my paint. Only got 3 factions at the moment, but there isn't really any lore yet aside from the top one, which won't be playable in any farm. Okay. So the only lore you've got is for the unplayable faction. Fair enough. But if you've got lore for them, I'm assuming that's the starting point for the entire scenario and story. If you've got lore for an unplayable faction, that faction's gonna have something to do with, or quite a large part to play within the overall scheme of things, I'm guessing. Because you don't get a faction that you can't use unless they've done something really big. And that's why you can't use them. Because they're the de facto, no, they've either gone, i.e. old ones, or they are super daftly powerful, i.e. Cthulhu. Either way, you don't particularly want to be naffing around with them, because they ain't going to be happy with you. Oh, my eyes look funny in these, don't they? Ayo. I've really had to see things in this. Got the something. The top ones are them, okay? And I can read the word cults, I think. It's either, I'm going to say cults because I don't think it's the other word. I'm going to say it's an L. Alright, let's try reading it properly. Got the reliquary. The top one's the exiles. And the chaos cults. Okay, I was right, the cults. The cults are kind of loose and generic because they are world specific. So they will be different. The exiles are remnant people. And the reliquary form the basis of the whole universe. So yeah. See, there's only so many ways you can write a story. Most of them ways have already been used, refined, and put out there for us. I can't remember what the exact are, but I think there's only about 7 stories in total. And however you wish to mix and match them up, you will always end up with the basis of the same 7 stories, just told differently. Star Wars, Harry Potter, same bloody story. Just one has wooden sticks, one has sticks of light. That's it. That's pretty much the difference. Both meet old guy. Old guy ends up jossing it, so that young guy can go on and learn new lessons. Young guy beats bad guy. Yay. Good guys win. Or boo, bad guys win, depending on which film you're watching. And you get your love stories and you... But yeah, there's not many different types of overall story. It's just managing to bend it and manipulate it to everything that you see. I got somebody else said hello there, and I've got my daft glasses and I've just turned them on, just the light on. Atlas, hello, welcome in, Atlas. I can't read very well with these on at the moment, so I have to remove them out of the way when I want to read. And remember to turn lights off, otherwise I look like a weird alien frog thing. Which is probably hilarious for everybody else, but yeah, not necessarily that great. Basically, the reliquary seed the worlds with chaos, and then a race to the surface for the chaos. And the surface dwellers greedily dig, hunting for resources. Think Moria, Lord of the Rings, right? Okay. Bogged down, that's the basis of it. So, right, okay. No, that's been used. Guardians of the Galaxy, as you said, you've chose the similar theme to the Mines being Moria, because that's the ones that are taking the world apart. I mean, in Guardians of the Galaxy, Ego did something similar regarding seeding planets with his seed so that he could grow stronger. Even 40k have got the Void Dragon sat underneath Mars, which is one of the Satan shards for the Void Dragon, which the Emperor basically chinned and then buried under Mars. So there's lots of examples there for you to go through and go, ooh, that's kind of the route I want to take, or no, I don't go down that route, or I'll go more that route. And it'll work, hopefully. I mean, I don't actually, because you said you're working with Twisted on this one, and that is a good idea. Twisted is quite a creative person, and also has a memory. That memory bit is very important, because that way you're not going over bits that you've already been told, no, that won't work, and then you go say it another 4 times because you don't think you've said it yet. So working with somebody with a memory is a very good idea. Can't see nothing. I'm having to do this to see the screen and this to see... I can't see none. Except for this model that's right in front of me, which is what I'm supposed to be able to see. I got some TT. I got some TT. I'm gonna have a drink and make my throat all moist. Yeah. I've got some TT. I've got some TT. I've got some TT and it was made for me by my wife. I've got some TT. I've got some TT. I've got some TT and a song to sing for my life. Ooh, whoa, wait a minute, I just split it off in the middle there. It was weird. Right, let's get rid of that. And your Dutch mate. And your Dutch mate. Can't forget him. I can't forget him. Begins with a T. What's he? I spoke to him. I've spoken to him several bloody times. Why can't I remember his bloody name? He's even been in here. I don't know, my glasses out on the strip, but I need to see my teacup. No, he's going, you have a good night, mate. And don't let anything stress you out too much. Now that I've got these nice and prepped and ready to go for next week, as I said, I'm going to try and get at least one done with minimum of the red so I can carry on and go, right, this is what I need to do on the rest of them. Because all the others were just Chaos Space Marines, whereas these are the actual Khorne Berserkers. So the Gribblies and Greeblies and bits and whatever are slightly different, not too much. They still have the basic same aesthetic as a Chaos. Let's find one that's similar-ish. They still have a similar aesthetic to a standard Chaos Warrior. They've just got the big head. Very big head. See? In this case, he's got the big banner thing as well. Whereas the closest I've got for the big banner for these is going to be this chap. So he's going to have to play Sergeant for that unit. I should have at least one plasma pistol in there. Yeah, I have. He's there. But I think all the others I end up with 2 plasma pistols in. So all the others have got 2 in. Although I actually think I can get away with 3. I'm pretty sure it was either Northern or Fargrim who was telling me that I can actually put 3 plasma pistols in. I can put 2 in and then 1 on the Sergeant. But just as rules change, I've decided not to. I've decided just to go for the 2. Just in case next edition they decide, no, you can't have 3. 3 was a bit overkill. We should have got rid of that in the last edition. So you can only have 2 now. So just in case they try and pull that one, I've done 2. And obviously the people wielding the 2-handed weapons don't get to have one at all. Do a paint. Don't take this the wrong way. Do a paint big brass balls. And by that I mean them bits there. See, I don't mean them ones. They're gonna be brass. And they're at the end of a chain. But I mean these ones here. Do I take these as big brass ones? That's gonna be brass. A lot of this is gonna be brass. A lot of this is gonna be brass, as well as this. Could do with a bit more red on the old face, just to try and help neaten that up a lot. Because in this case, he does actually have quite a lot of trim across his head. Don't know why. Why would anyone have a lot of trim across the head? I don't know. But he has. He's got trim across his head. Oh no, that's all going to be brass then, isn't it? If that's like that. I need to go in the back here. Do the back of his helmet. This is one of the few times when I think sub-assemble is a good idea. And then I realise once you've painted it, you've got to super glue it in. And then I realise, no, it's not a good idea because you've got all your lighting wrong. Or at least in my case, that's what happens anyway. They end up getting the light source wrong. And even though I don't do overly sourced lighting. No worries, Twisted. You have nice food, mate. And hopefully I'll see you back on if I'm still on later once you've finished. If not, then I enjoy the rest of your evening, and I shall hopefully see you tomorrow as well. Also, anyone else who's going off for food, enjoy, please. Have a good time. Right, so that's the car berserker on the desk now. Right, so that's the red sections done for him. Almost. I've just spotted another bit that I've missed. Dun, dun, dun. 10 past 11. I can't be up too late tonight because I've got hospital tomorrow. Therapy's fun. I know I use this as therapy, but I actually do have therapy as well. So I've got that tomorrow. That's a fun, like 3-hour bus trip. That's a really fun 3-hour bus trip, is that one? Okay, so I'm gonna give him brass balls, just like he's kind of got, and because these ones don't have like these trim bits here, they don't have these little gaps in them. They kind of all have to be done brass. It is a bit of a pain. But that'll at least keep them in the right settings. And ooh, I'm starting to feel funny. These glasses are good. You don't need drugs, just wear these. These will do you right in. Bloody no. What else is in here? Oh, that's the instruction books. Mighty Sight. And the USB charge lead. So I can do that and go, hello, take me to your leader. I am here to eat your breads. Or you can just be normal. Either way, it works. So we have the start of the Axie guys. Let's take that off so I can actually see. So I've got a good idea of what's going to be read on each of these. I had a good idea of what's not going to be read on each of these. And they should all pretty much follow the same example. So next Wednesday, I'm going to carry on. And it's going to be red and red and red and red and red and red. And it's going to probably take about 4 weeks to paint these 20 models. Just so you know, it's going to be a while. I'm not going to get everything finished in a day. I'm not going to rush everything through. I am not going to sit here and go, I've got to finish everything tonight. No. I am going to go at my own pace, as I always do. And I'm going to use it as what it actually is. This is still therapy for me, even though I do have actual therapy. This is advised off my therapist to make hobby time. And this is me making hobby time. Couple it about 6 hours a week, 6 to 9 hours a week ish, give or take how long I do. So it's not a long time. So if you are here and you were thinking, oh no, I'm missing it, I don't go on for long. It's usually about 9, half 9 UK time. Come on, just go on for a couple of hours, get some hobbying done, work my way on to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage as I need to, and then we come back the week later and we carry on. So if you are here and and that sounds something you're interested in, you think, oh no, I can do that, I can pay it along as well, then feel free to come and join us. Next time I'll be live will be tomorrow night, and I'll be working back on the Orc Rock stage, which has had a lot of DACA put on it. A lot of DACA. But I need to start looking at colours and things for that as well. So I'll probably paint the orcs I'll probably paint the orcs tomorrow night just to get them done, and I'll look at the actual stage itself and think, do I want to add more first before I paint or not? We'll decide that. Also, I'll speak to other people that I need to speak to regarding other things. But until tomorrow, thank you very much for everybody who's called in tonight, and everybody who's still here as well. If you wish to hit that like and subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to come back tomorrow, and I will see you all then. Please drive safe and have a nice night. Oh, I've got the end screen. It's there.